Yo, welcome everyone. Bitcoin is pushing even lower, and unfortunately today I have more bad news for you. We really need to prepare for much lower price targets just in case. Let me show you. First, you're going to see Bitcoin yesterday broke the most important value area low at 109.6 thousand US dollars. And not only that, remember, for the past couple of days, we have talked about the very important anchored VWAP. We anchored it exactly at this specific low. And right now, you're clearly going to see the level is getting a breakdown. Not only one anchored VWAP, but also anchoring another anchored VWAP exactly at this specific low. Both of the levels, both of the anchored VWAPs were broken towards downside. And as we said, breaking such an important area of support is definitely going to be a major sign of weakness on the Bitcoin chart itself. And unfortunately, I got stopped out not only on my Bitcoin long position, but also on Ethereum long position and also on Solana long position. But the reality is, as I already said to you in our previous videos, I have paid myself with my long position on Bitcoin exactly after we took the liquidity above the recent high. And many people with the entire rejection are getting completely wrecked and completely liquidated. Pay right now attention to the liquidations in the past 24 hours. Over 765 million of long positions completely wrecked and completely liquidated. So it really does look like people, not only that they are not taking the profits at some very important price targets, but also they are getting liquidated because they are not setting a stop loss. I got stopped out on my Bitcoin long position at break even after I have already secured some profits exactly at this specific level. So definitely I was not liquidated. But most people, they have literally zero clue of what they are doing in the market, getting wrecked all over the place. But something very interesting you're right now going to notice, where is Bitcoin bouncing off of for the past couple of hours. Another very interesting level when we right now once again pay attention to the golden Fibonacci ratio, to the most important Fibonacci ratio you should always pay attention to, golden pocket. So we go from our swing low back towards the high. You're actually going to see Bitcoin is getting a bounce at the lowest golden Fibonacci ratio. So it really does look like some kind of an important level was hit on Bitcoin only a couple of hours ago. And this is right now why later in the video, I'm going to share with you where we can be looking for brand new long or buy positions on the entire crypto market, and also what you need to pay attention to before you fire a brand new trade. But right now, I really want to share with you, what if Bitcoin does continue lower right now? The low is not in and we are going to go much lower towards downside. We need to talk about our bearish Elliott wave scenario. Remember, already a couple of days ago, I shared with you that yes, Bitcoin potentially completed some kind of a 5-wave price structure towards downside. And what we are right now going to say, potentially it was our first impulsive Elliott wave right here. We got some kind of a correction, and right now if Bitcoin does continue lower, we can talk about the most impulsive and the biggest third Elliott wave literally straight towards downside. And in terms of the price target right here, we need to talk about our Fibonacci extension levels. We are going to go with our trend-based Fibonacci extension from the exact all-time high, literally exactly towards this specific low, putting the third pivot at the start of our third Elliott wave and paying attention towards 1.618 Fibonacci extension level. So what we can right now say, if Bitcoin does continue lower impulsively on a very high volume, we are going to pay attention to the price target of 80,000 US dollars. 1.618 Fibonacci extension level Bitcoin is coming in very, very low. So really, if we are right now in the next couple of days continue much lower on Bitcoin, definitely this right here is then going to be another very important and a major price target. However, to be honest, I'm not directly going to target this specific area, simply because we still need to talk about our horizontal range, and also we need to talk about some bullish indications happening right now in the order flow right here. And before we do talk about that, I would really appreciate for you to smash up the like button, because 1000 likes are really possible, and also thank you for subscribing to the channel. First of all, I want to share with you that yes, Bitcoin is right now not only trading in one horizontal range, but actually in two different horizontal ranges. What we are right now going to do, let's zoom out, let's just say on the 8-hourly time frame, and we are going to identify some kind of a range right here that has been respected almost perfectly. Let's connect our recent highs, expand this one towards downside, and you're actually going to see Bitcoin on the 8-hourly time frame. We are right now still trading in a horizontal range, and only a couple of hours ago with the entire push down we hit the bottom of the range right here almost exactly. We took the liquidity exactly below our recent low right here, and also as we said before, Bitcoin almost perfectly hit another very important golden Fibonacci ratio. So we can definitely right to say we are not getting a reaction at a random level. Clearly Bitcoin is experiencing a very small bounce towards the upside at some kind of a support level. Additionally, remember a couple of days ago we also talked about another very important range. When we zoom in, let's just say on the 4-hour time frame, talking about more of a recent price action. Let's go again with our channel, let's connect our recent highs and expand this one towards this specific low. Again, this specific horizontal range is still getting respected very nicely. We hit the bottom of the range, we took the liquidity, we hit our golden Fibonacci ratio, and right now Bitcoin is definitely getting some kind of a reaction back towards the upside. And as we usually say, trade the range until it actually breaks. We need to be looking for brand new long or buy positions at the bottom of the range, and potentially, of course, at the top of the range, we should be taking some profits of our long position, potentially maybe even firing a brand new short position on the Bitcoin chart itself. And right now, clearly, Bitcoin is getting almost a perfect bounce at the bottom of our horizontal range. And right now, the most important thing is are we able to reclaim the value area low of our entire bottom price action? Remember, for the past couple of days, we have talked about the importance of our value area low coming in at approximately 109.6 thousand US dollars. However, what you're right now going to notice, if we are including in the measurement also our bounce that we are experiencing for the past couple of hours, the value area low was actually changed. So you're right now going to see Bitcoin is once again above the very important value area low, which could also actually be some kind of a bullish Bitcoin indication. Not only that, pay right now attention to the CVD indicator on the 30-minute time frame. For the past couple of hours, the CVD indicator is clearly getting a brand new lower low right here. But on Bitcoin, we are getting another higher low. So this right here is going to mean selling pressure, yes, it is coming in the market right here. However, it is not able to push the price lower. Higher low on Bitcoin, lower low on the CVD indicator, bullish divergence, bullish absorption right now, and of course because of that, this right here is clearly going to be another bullish Bitcoin indication. So let's right now see if Bitcoin is going to be able to get some kind of a bounce exactly at the area where we are trading as of right now. And to be honest, with my long or short positions, definitely at the area where we are not looking for brand new short positions, but only for a potential long or a buy position on the Bitcoin price itself. And this is right now why, if you want to trade with us, make sure you take an advantage of the free 8,000 US dollar bonus without KYC and without VPN, with the second link down below right here, because BTunix exchange is right now giving to you only to the first 200 US dollars after you register, and after you open up your first trade, 10 USDT completely for free. Then also make sure you deposit, because you're going to get a 20% deposit bonus, but also the more you're going to trade, the bigger bonuses you're going to get. So take advantage of the free bonuses using the second link down below after you register and after initial deposit. Right now, let's also talk about something very important, because the reality is we should always trade with the trend, because the trend is literally acting as some kind of a gravity for the charts. And yes, unfortunately as of right now, we are not really moving in an uptrend. pay attention right now to all of our exponential moving averages. On the 4-hourly, clearly Bitcoin is right now still moving in a downtrend right here. On the 2-hourly, we are also in a downtrend. On the 1-hourly, yes, unfortunately, only a couple of hours ago, we also changed the trend towards the downside. So unfortunately, exponential moving averages right here are being bearish. They are telling to us we do have right now the gravity acting against us, so that is why looking and entering a long position right here is still going to be slightly more risky. However, we should always ask ourselves, is the area where we are as right now a better level for us to go with a long or a short position? And remember what we said before, because Bitcoin hit the bottom of the range almost exactly, no way, even though we are in a downtrend right here, I would be looking for a short or a sell position. Yes, in a downtrend, we can be looking for a short position at the area of resistance, but we are not at the area of resistance as right now on the Bitcoin chart itself. And also right now, pay attention to the Bitcoin liquidation heat map on the 2-week time frame. Yes, for sure, Bitcoin does have quite significant liquidations exactly below our recent lows right here at approximately 105.8 thousand US dollars. So this level right here is definitely acting as a magnet right now for Bitcoin, which right now means if you look right now only at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, we do have quite a high probability of moving back towards downside. However, what if we are right now zooming in on the 1-week time frame? Our liquidations also going to be exactly below the recent lows. And no, this liquidations heat map on the 1-week time frame is actually showing to us a completely different story. Bigger liquidations are not below the recent lows right here, but actually exactly above the recent highs. 125 million of short positions are going to get liquidated if Bitcoin does get a push towards the upside. So I would say like that, liquidations heat map right now is really not showing us anything super important. Yes, on the 1-week time frame, we have liquidations above the highs. On the 2-week time frame, on the other hand, we have bigger liquidations exactly below the recent low. So looking right now at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map only, we cannot really form a plan that is going to tell us if right now we should be looking for a buy or a sell position. And this is right now why I would simply say to you like this. At the areas of support, ideally, we are looking for buy positions. Is Bitcoin right now getting a bounce exactly at the support level? Yes, it is. Additionally, are we getting bullish absorption? Yes, we are. Additionally, is Bitcoin right now once again trading above a very important value area low? And the answer to this question is also going to be yes. So this is right now, I would say like this. Personally, I am not interested firing any short positions where we are as right now because Bitcoin is not trading at the area of resistance, but actually at the area of support. If you're right now looking for brand new positions, I would still much rather fire a brand new long or a buy position of Bitcoin with a very simple invalidation level below the value area low or simply below the recent low that was formed only a couple of hours ago, targeting ideally much higher price targets. Because remember the volume theory, once we reclaim the value area low, we can be looking for a rotation back towards the upside, towards the value area high. And this is right now why, even though, yes, again, we are in a downtrend, going with a long position right here is going to be more of a risky play because we are going against the trend. However, I would say like that, if you do have proper risk management, I would still much rather fire a brand new long position right here than a short position because Bitcoin is clearly trading at the area of support. But again, remember, it is going to be more of a risky play simply because we are still moving in quite a significant downtrend on all major time frames. And of course, if you're going to fire a long position right here, make sure you take an advantage of the free 8,000 US dollar bonus without KYC and without VPN with a second link down below right here, because B2Nix Exchange is right now giving to you 10 USDT completely for free to the first 200 users. And then also make sure you deposit because you're going to get a 20% deposit bonus. But also right now, thank you for smashing up the like button.